Hey guys, how are you today? Say hi, tell me everybody where you're from, give me a thumbs up, and remember, if you want to find this easily, be sure and share it to your page. Be sure to like my Facebook page, YouTube page if you haven't already. I would love that. That would help me out. But welcome to Software Shut-in Fun. Today, no questions came in. You all were absolutely silent. It was amazing. Couldn't believe it. Y'all always have something for me, but nobody did this week. So we'll talk about what's new out there in the brother world. There is an update for your PE design. So let me hold on just a second. Let me stop this for a sec and let me present here. Let's see here, share screen. And I said I didn't want to do that right now. I want to stop mirroring. Okay. So when you open up your PE design, if you have this set up to where it automatically checks for updates when you open, you will see this little message right here. There is an update out there right now. So I do believe it is 11.3.1. I did not update mine so that you all could see. And now it tells me my download has been completed and I will need to start the application up again. I will be updated at that point. So once I start back up again, I didn't mean to actually do that. It's going to ask me to set up and it'll do its own little thing and it will install the update for me and be ready to go upon launching. Now, there's not a ton new out there. It appears to be bug fixes. So if I tell you what's there, it says it improved the application function when opening embroidery data containing the shape of a specific design. So from that, I take if you've gone around a shape with perhaps the patch wizard or the applique wizard, that it is adjusting that, or if you set whole sewing, it's adjusting that. It has taken the online registration menu and the help button and removed it from there because you don't really need to register your software program online. It's because it runs on a key, you don't necessarily have to do that. And in Design Center, it improved the application function to generate stitch data. So that is what it has done for us. And that's just letting you know that is out there. There is an update available. So it is 88 degrees, Shirley. It is, what is it here? Hold on a second and I'll tell you. I think we hit 84 today, 82 currently today. So it's taken it a little while for it to update that and install it. In the meantime, let's talk about what's new in Artspira world. So there it goes. Once you've installed it, it will tell you you're done, but your window will open. But if you don't have that check mark on check for updates when opening your program, which I normally don't, especially if I'm on my laptop, you can go up to your help menu and choose check for updates. Once you do that, let's see if it's going to let me. Once you do that, gosh almighty, there we go. It will tell you if there is an update out there or if there's one installed. So if you want yours to automatically always check for you after you've put the most current update, you can put that check mark on right there. That will let you check it out and see what you've got going on. Oh shoot, I don't have a big cursor today. Hold on. Mouse. Hold on. Pointer. Let's see here. Pointer options. Buttons, wheel, pointer. That's not what I want. Mouse. Pointer size. There we go. Sorry, I forgot about it. It's kind of one of those things that when you're trying to work, you don't want a big honking cursor. So hopefully that's a bit better for you. It doesn't look too good still on your side. Let me try one more time and add a little bit of size to it. It's huge on my side, but not sure what it looks like on yours. Oh, it still looks small. That's funny because mine is absolutely monster size on my screen. I mean, we're talking, it's like this big. So who knows? You can see that though. So I tried, but not helping very much. And I'm not going to be able to handle this. This thing's huge. All right, so let's talk about Artspira and what is new. If you are a scan and cut person, you are going to be very, very happy. Yeah, it doesn't show up any bigger on your side. It's huge on my side, but not on your side. I mean, it is monster size on my side. So I don't know why it's not showing up any bigger on yours. Let's see if I change my color, if that's any better. No, I don't like that either. So let me just go back. We'll live with it. Sorry about that, guys. It just doesn't show up on your side any bigger. Uh, that's just the way of the world. All right, so I am going to share my screen. I did tell it to show. Let's see here. Let's show my screen. Here we go. And let's open up the Artspira app. Oh, cancel. I don't want to show that. I don't want to close that. I want to just open up my Artspira app. So down at the bottom of my screen, I have my Artspira app. And when you update it, you will get some new features. It doesn't look a lot different here, but you remember, you do have projects in each monthly issue. And as you scroll through those, it lets you select one and then there's a video here, lets you see your materials, all of the stuff for this. And this is evidently a scan and cut project. And it's showing you how to transfer it, how to retrieve it, all of those wonderful little things. And those are your projects, okay? Then it's going to show you how to put things together, how to weed them, how to put them together. And that looks like they've made this out of a different kind of material. That's interesting material today. And there it goes. So anyhow, what is new? When you touch new, you'll notice that you get now, you have an embroidery tab and a cutting tab. If you are a scan and cut person, you have the option now of line art tracing. When you touch line art tracing, you can choose your mat. You can choose to show the grid or not. That is up to you. That just toggles on and off. You can touch your mat size, and then on your device, find an image that you want to trace. So I'm going to trace this one right here. If it is too large, it will tell you, it will automatically adjust to fit the mat size. Go ahead and say okay. You can choose outer edge only and preview it, and it will show you the blue lines where it's generating the cut lines. Outside edge only is not going to grab the interior parts. So you can see where the blue lines are, but it didn't grab the interior. So if you want the interiors, trace areas by color and then touch preview. Then it should actually grab around those parts that are not. So evidently that's not enough color. So let's grab a 6th color and see what happens. Let's try. Oh, you do have to click preview on your device and not on the computer screen when you're sharing it on your computer screen. So now I've got everything that I want to show up, and I can say done. And if you want to resize it, you can go down to the bottom and touch size. You've got a plus minus. It automatically locks that ratio. If you want it unlocked, touch the lock key and it will unlock it to let you do it disproportionately. You can't just hold down. You do have to tap it to make it do what you want it to do. It will resize the image as well as the item itself. They're kind of locked together, so you don't get to toggle on and off that image. If you can also squeeze with 2 fingers, just like you do with anything else. Let's see here if I can turn this around. You can squeeze and make it smaller, squeeze out and make it bigger. You can rotate. Let's see here. Oops, what did I grab? So it likes to stay up in that corner, evidently. So will not let me move it off of there. So it's going to stay in the corner, evidently. When you're done with that, you touch next. And it's going to take you to the transfer to your scan and cut machine. You can save it or not. I'm not going to save today. But down at the bottom, if you don't have a cutting machine selected, go in and choose your cutting machine and then touch transfer. And it will transfer that to your machine. So that's the first thing that they gave our scan and cut users. They also gave you the capability of editing the content that is built into the app itself. So once again, choose your mat size. And now at the bottom, you'll see a plus sign and a text sign. So if you touch text, you can type in what you want to type. Touch done. There's your text. If you want to change it, touch the text. Down here at the bottom, you'll see font. Touch the font and it will bring up your little font menu so you can choose different fonts if you want to. So let's say I want to do the Beyond the Mountains. And you can also adjust its size, same way as you do with the other. Just keep tapping the plus sign until it gets there, or touch it and make it larger by dragging it out with 2 fingers on your screen. The other thing that they have, if you notice on my screen, the E is going over the top of the W, the A is going over the top of the P. What if I want to weld that? Guess what? You do have welding as an option. So if I touch my, let's see here, where was that again? Found this the other, operation. Under operation, you'll notice you have cut or draw, but there is also a place to weld this. Where in the heck did I find it? Okay. Tap off of everything and then tap on the text and then touch overlap. There is your weld key. You also have divide. The second option is divide. The first one is weld. So whichever one you want to choose will allow you to do it. And if you don't like it, you can always touch undo at the top. So let me go back and let's touch this again. And let's go down here to done and touch our happy. Let's go to overlaps, weld. And that basically removes where those overlapped together. It is now no longer text. Once you're done with that part, you can touch OK, and that gets you back to your editing screen to where you can add stuff to it if you want. So we can take that and move it up. And let's say we want to add something into it. So touch the screen away from everything and then touch the plus sign down at the bottom. Then you have the designs that you can select from that are built in. So this is all of your built-in content that they have for you. And let's see here. What have we got? Anything exciting across the top? Nature and weather. Let's see what tools has in it. No sewing, but we do have spring cleaning. We do have t-shirts for laundry, it looks like. You have emblems, fashion. I'm looking to see if there's anything in here that I want to do today, but you get the concept. So all you do is just basically touch it, touch done, and that adds that to the screen. Once again, 2 fingers resizes. So you can make it larger. Then you can tap off, touch add again. That will let you bring in more. And by the way, if you want to add things to your favorites, you can always touch the heart next to them. So once you touch the heart, when you go in, you'll see favorites. These are the ones that I just put hearts by. So if I want to bring in my butterfly, touch done, there it is. Now tap it, move it where you want it to go. So it is letting us now combine things on screen and futz with things. So you saw a place to add a printer. Well, At this point, I honestly don't know. I didn't play with that. I'm just going to touch done here for a second, and I won't save it. But if I want to transfer it, I can go ahead and transfer it. So let's go look in our settings. I'm going to get out of here and we're going to discard all of this. Down in settings, account, machine settings. Currently, yeah, I don't know. That is a new one that they haven't told us about. So we'll see what happens with that later. On the embroidery side, when you tap embroidery, you have drawing tools, which is where you can create your own stuff. And then you now have design editor where you can, once again, now notice we have all of our frames in here. Well, that's a big deal because in the drawing tools, you still have a 4x4 and 5x7. But in your design editor, you have all of the hoop sizes that we have available. So that's kind of nice. So let's say we want to go with a 5x, let's go with something bigger than that. Design editor, let's go with the 6x10. So you'll notice down at the bottom, once again, you have the add key. And then that takes you into the Artspira design menu. So as you scroll through, if there are favorites things that you want to add to your favorites, you can add them to your favorites. Let's touch that guy right there. See what he looks like. He's kind of cool. So there's I'm not sure what he is. Somebody pop in there and tell me. I would say a lizard, but I know that's not what it is. It's a critter. Let's say we'll type in spring this time. And done. So if you want to edit your text to change it to something else, thank you, Iguana. It was not coming to me. I appreciate that. These are the fonts that we have available for us for embroidery. So if I want Vermont, I tap it, touch done. There is Vermont. If you want to resize it, you touch the text key again, and then you can resize that text. You can also increase the character spacing if you want. If you want to change your color, touch the color key and tap a color, touch done, and your color has been changed. Touch OK. When you're ready to, and it could be a chameleon. I mean, all of those are really good guesses. Like I said, it was not coming to me. I could think lizard, but I knew that wasn't it. It was not coming to me today. When you've got it the way you want it, go ahead and touch done. Actually, let's see what this does. Aha, that brings up our hoop selection menu and allows us to select more. When you're done, say done. I'm not going to save it, but you can transfer it to your embroidery machine if it is turned. Actually, I don't even think it has to be turned on because the only one I have turned on is my Luminaire. So gecko, iguana, it's one of those. But that is what you have new in Artspira. Okay. It could be a chameleon. Not sure which. But those are your new tools. So I just wanted you to kind of get an idea of what's new out there, what you have. Remember that there is a new magazine dropping monthly. This one, let's see here. If we scroll down through here, this is an embroidery design, National Craft Month. If we open it up, that's actually quite cute. Go ahead and touch create. We cannot combine these at this time. They are what they are. Go ahead and transfer. But let's see if that shows up in our other design menu. So let's go back and choose new design editor. I'll choose a 5x7 hoop and let's add and see. What would that be under? Holidays, maybe. Because it should be listed. Oh, was there a category called new? No. Aha, tools. That one's kind of cute. Oh, looky here, guys. They've added a paintbrush, scissors. Let me move this out of the way. And let's add. Let's go back into the tools area. They've got crayons. These are more like sewing tools. So they are adding some cute designs. So just kind of keep an eye out and see what's out there. Obviously, the old ones are still in here, but you can sit and futz through to see what you've got. I have not explored them all. Matter of fact, I have kind of ignored my Artspira here lately. Nature and weather, tools. I keep looking for the one I'm fashion, shapes, letters, and fonts. So let's cancel this out and see where that one shows up. Discard. Interesting. Embroidery designs. But it's in there. It's in the magazine portion of it. So if you can't find it elsewhere, go look in the magazine portion of it and you'll find it. We may be able to, if I can find it, we could put it in our favorite. Oh, looky there. Crafts in session. That says it's a cutting design. No, it's not. Okay, guys. Oh, there we go. There's my heart. I can put that in my favorites. Now let's see if we can find another one. So sometimes finding the heart. There we go. Let's touch National Craft Month and touch it and put it in our favorites. So now let's see if we find them. Go new, design editor, and let's see here. Add. Let's go into our favorites. There we go. So that, once you find out where it is, you can go ahead and add to it, futz with it. You can add other designs to it. So like those ones that we saw that were in the tools section. So if I go scroll through and find tools again, I could bring in that little design right there. And then I can move it down below it. So you do have some options that are available to you now that were not in the past. Ooh, undo that. What did I do with it? That were not available to you in the past. Okay, so I'm going to pop off of here and come up here and see what's a question. So let's see here. Yes, Artspira does not send and transfer designs between Canvas Workspace or BES4. It is between between Artspira itself and either your cutting machine or your machine. It doesn't play around with a lot of them. So what software do you need for BES? You have to have a Windows operating system. So I'm not sure what software you're wanting. It will read PES files. It will read pretty much any embroidery format, but it runs on a Windows computer, if that answers your question. If not, please let me know. You're wanting to learn how to split a satin stitch letter where the segment stitch is too long. In BES4, which software, Christy? Let me know which software. So when you answer that question, I'll pop up for you. So, all right. I have done this before, but I'll go ahead and do it again. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Let's see. There we go. All right. So if you want to split a satin, we do not have something called a split satin stitch. Okay. It is just not something we have. I'd love to tell you that, yes, that's an option, but we don't have that. What you can do is you have the option of changing from a satin stitch to a fill stitch to a programmable fill. Those are options that are available for you. And if you want to do something else with it, you could always convert it to an outline and then pick any of the other fills that we have available. So that is one option. Now, the other option is doing it this way. So let me come in here. Let's delete that and just come in and type in. We're going to make this big. And if it's going to get above 10 millimeters across, I'm in inches right now, so let me change it. So if any stitch from one side to the other is going to be above 10 millimeters, or actually above 7 is my personal preference, then you need to split it in some manner. You either need to change the stitch type to a programmable fill or a fill stitch, or you can do something else. So this is the other trick that you can do. Let me go back and change those to a satin stitch. And I'm still not too big, but I'm getting close. If I go from here to here, that's at 6.2, so we'll go with that one. What you can do is come in and pick one of your open line drawing tools, okay? And you can then come in and draw a line where you want the satin split. It doesn't matter what kind of a line it is because it's going to be basically dipped in there. So I'm splitting this where I feel like it needs to be split. Then let me come over here and take show by color order off. I'm going to grab the first line that I did and the S with the control key in my sewing order window and click the select patterns icon. Once I do that, I'm going to do stamp emboss and engrave that line. That splits your satin. So if I do the same thing with the same letter with that other piece, stamp emboss, engrave the line, there you go. Now what I'll tell you is, oops, I do have to hit the select patterns icon, stamp emboss, engrave line, there you go, and it's split. So that one's how you work that. It's not hard. It just takes a little bit of effort. So, I mean, if you are working on an M and it's a straight line, it's pretty easy to draw a straight line. If I've not shared this one with you before, let's grab our line drawing tool, hold the shift key down and drag from one end to the other, double click when it's where you want it. And now you have a straight line. If it's not in the exact space that you want it, you can move it. Let's grab our M, stamp emboss. Oops, we do have to hit the select tool, stamp emboss, engrave that line. Okay, so BES Dream Edition is a software program. So are you wanting to add a digitizing program? That would be what software will add stitches to a design. So PE Design is Brother's program that allows you to create embroidery designs, that regular all-American embroidery designs. BES is, and it's BES4 is what you have, is an editing program that has the capability of turning things into an applique, but it doesn't necessarily create generated stitches for you. So, I mean, it doesn't, you can't take a piece of artwork and say, hey, turn this into a digitized file for me. And by that, I mean, if you've got a logo that you want to create, that program's not the program to go to. That would be PE Design in the Brother world. Okay. It allows you to bring in artwork and basically digitize it. So, but it is, you know, that's an art form. You do have to practice with your program. You have to get comfortable with your program. The biggest thing I tell people is, okay, I know you got this program and I know you spent a lot of money on it and you want to learn it. You want to go out and make money off of it immediately. That is the biggest mistake people make in not giving themselves time to play with it and click every button. Because not only is it creating the shape, It's learning about how things stitch together. Okay. For instance, what order should you create something to stitch? How do you change entry and exit points? How do you make sure that your outlines are meeting up? If your outlines are not meeting up, what should you do? Is it a software issue, or is it a machine issue, or is it did you forget to add your pull compensation? You operator error. So um, it is a learning experience, just like your machine. So it depending on how computer literate you are, it may or may you may grab it fast, or it may take you a little bit longer. Yes, and how different favorite fabrics behave. For instance, if you're working with a knit, it's going to pull in more than a cotton, a flat cotton, a quilter's weight cotton. It just is, because there's stretch to it and there's push and pull along that. So as a design travels in one direction, it it will go that way, and then at the edges it will pull in, and that's where it's wrapping you. That's why you always want to see bobbin on the back side. So we call that adding in pull compensation. So if your outline's not meeting, you want to add in pull compensation, because it basically kind of stretches those stitches over that area. It still keeps when I say stretch, I mean it extends that stitch area slightly. A font for the scan and cut looks like handwriting. In Canvas Workspace or in Artspira, Edna? Pop up and answer that question for me, and I will see what we can do. But having said that, P design is an all bells, and it's also lettering. It's also editing. There are things in your BES4 Dream Edition program that are better, that have what am I trying to say? There are things in BES4 that are not in your PE design, and there are things that are in PE design that are not going to be in your BES4. So they are very complementary. I use them in conjunction with each other all the time. Edna, let's look and see. And Christy, watch as many of the shows as possible. I thank you, because I think we've covered a ton of stuff over the years, and we've done it over the past 3 years. So let's go into Canvas Workspace. I got to sign in. Ah, come on. I hate it when I restart my computer and my McAfee doesn't want to let me log into anything. It drives me nuts. Yvonne, I honestly don't know. I truly don't know. Let's see here. All right, so Canvas Workspace, I just opened you up. Where are you? Over here. Let's look, Edna, and we'll type in CINDY today, except for evidently I don't know how to type. So let's see here and zoom in. Let's go to, so you're wanting kind of a handwritten script. The ones above here are the ones that are built into the program. I do not see one that I would consider handwriting there. Having said that, there are a ton of true type fonts out there that you can find, that you can probably find what you want. So like that one right there, I can consider that handwriting. Now it's not a script. So did we want script, or did we want just regular? A script font. Okay, hold on. Which, this one right here, I kind of like. Ooh, no, not that one. Sorry, Kristen. Do I have Kristen on this computer, or is it only on the other one? And let's see here. That one right there I would consider. Freehand, $5.94. Okay. Lucinda is probably another good one. Kristen, it does not appear that I have my Kristen font on here, or Kirsten. It's either Kristen or Kirsten. Lucinda, handwriting, Lucida. Oh, I do have Kirsten, but that's not script, that's handwriting. All right, so yes, Lucida was a good one. And a lot, I mean, I would go hunt for a font that I liked. This one right here, where did that go? Lucida. Okay, let me minimize here, and you want to know if there's one in Artspira itself. I think I saw one in Artspira itself. So hold on, let me go back into screen share here. And I agree with you there, Cindy. I love the fonts and they stitch out beautifully. Okay, so here we go. iPad. Let's go cancel this, discard these changes, and go into cutting. And let's see here, design editor. Let's touch our font and let's type in my name here. Done. I'm gonna make it bigger. Let's go into our fonts. I thought Liverpool is the closest that I would say looks like a handwriting. And you can change the spacing, I do believe. Where is that? Character spacing. Oh, it won't let me go down. Interesting. But let me show you a little trick here that you can do. If you go into, let's see here, I believe it's the select menu, and let's touch overlaps and let's say divide. Okay. That will let you come in and let's say okay right now. So now I can tap this and I can move it with my arrows. So we can move and we can go left and right. Let me, oops, undo. Move. It would have been good if I had moved this upwards so that I could see it while we were doing this. So you can actually moving it over there. Move it over there, moving it over there. Boy, howdy, my English is wonderful today. I'm stopping mirroring and I'm going to come over here and see what questions we have. The kits are activated on the Canvas workspace on the web, usually. That is where you, that's where I usually activate my kits, because then they will get picked up on my desktop as well. So if you still are having problems activating it, so you've activated in Canvas Workspace, but they don't show that it's activated. So do you not see, let me show you what I'm going to ask you here. Let me go to my Canvas Workspace. Stop sharing. Stop mirroring. There we go. Okay, so on the left-hand side, if you're on the desktop version, this right here indicates that rhinestones are there, okay? If I go into my shapes menu, these are where you'll see all of your kits. So here's my rhinestone kit. Here's my stamp kit. Here's my line embossing kit, region embossing, foiling, roll feeder, paper piercing, and vinyl auto blade. So that's where you see that all whatever kits you've got activated are activated, and that's where you will find your designs. On the web version, there is another, hold on, let me come and add another tab here. On the web version, you will actually, there's a sticker kit. So Canvas Workspace. me log in. And this is where you see which kits you've got here. So I've got enhanced image tracing on the web version. I have foiling. So enhanced image tracing is a web function. I also have the printable sticker function. So those are my kits that I have activated. And if I want to go, let's say we want to do new project, I will only see my printable sticker stuff on my web version. So let's see here, premium, printable stickers. Let's say I want to put that in there. There's a whole thing. And boy, you can tell it's been a long time since I've done stickers. Oh, here we go. So here's your frames. I haven't done this in forever. So let's say you have a dog and you want to come in with my, oops, I needed to edit that text before. Let's go back into that premium function. Here's my stickers. So if I want to edit the text and I want to put my pup's name in here, I can then preview it. You can choose different points on borders, other different items that are in there. So there's quite a variety of stickers in here. Go ahead and touch OK. And then when you go to print PDF, that is one of the things that I like about this one, about this particular thing is, let's say I have a file that I want to share with you so I can teach you how to scan something, and I want to make sure it's the exact same thing that I've worked on. I can do the printable sticker kit on the web and give you the exact file that I was using. So it's kind of one of those nice little features that they have. All right, any other questions today? How would I go into how do you do long stitch designs like in the Luminaire 3? Well, first of all, you need to know what you want to do. That is, I haven't actually played with that, but I can tell you how you can kind of go about it, okay? Let's see here. Let's go to my default hoop size. I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab a star shape just so I have something to go with. So yeah, that's kind of a print and cut, but it's more of you print it and then you go cut it. So I'm basically just giving myself a shape here, guys. I am not sewing anything out with this particular item. I've just given myself a shape so that I can work on perhaps a long stitch design. Okay. I'm going to go to home and I'm going to choose the line drawing tool. You would want a running stitch, and then you would basically decide where you want it to go. And as you click, this may not have been the best choice for things for me to choose to do, but this is what I've picked, so this is what we'll go with. But I'm guessing, guys, this is not one that I've done. I have not played with this at all. This has not been something that has been on my radar. This is not where I truly wanted to go with this, but because ideally you want everything to meet towards the middle, but oh well. And you're randomly placing those stitches in there, but think of it as string art. I mean, y'all all did that with the little nails and stuff when you were in elementary school, but it's been since I was in elementary school since I've probably done that. Okay, so let's say we've got that. Now that's quite the mess. We are going to delete our original shape. So I'm going to select it, move my cursor in the window, and delete. And this is what I'm left with. So this is kind of my long stitch, okay? Now, what you would need to do in order to make this long stitches is to convert it to stitches. and then come in with your select tool and your select point tool and remove any stitches that you don't, remove intermediate stitches. So let's say I want these to be long. I'm going to highlight those and delete them. Oops. Oh, but you know what? Let's undo. I got an idea. I had a brainstorm here. All right, let me select and let's go to our sewing attributes and let's change our run pitch to 10. Now we're closer to what we want. Now we don't have as big of a thing to come in here and change. So let's go to stitch. Now you can see that you can come in and delete stitch points to where you're not, where you have long stitches. At 10 millimeters, they're pretty darn long stitches. So get the concept? It's going to take it a really long time for it to travel for these stitches. So I don't know that I would take out all of these in the center. And like I said, I have not worked on a recipe for creating these. You have to keep in mind that your machine is not going to know that that is what you were planning on doing. So you will want to slow the machine itself down. Okay. So, you will have to go in, figure out, I mean, that's going to be a trial and error. And I would basically have to sit there and futz with it to figure out how intermediate, how many do I need to have 10 millimeter stitches in between? What length of stitch can that machine travel without picking out? So you'll notice that when yours does it, there are intermediate stitches, and I would think 10 millimeters would probably be about as long as you want to go, but I'd have to go back and measure one of theirs to see. That's generally how I get it. But that, I mean, basically the easiest way I can tell you is to basically just go in and randomly draw it and then make it run pitch 10 millimeters and convert it to stitches and delete some stitches. So delete those editing points. Okay. Okay. Are there other questions? Now, it's not technically print and cut because it does not give registration marks. But with the scan and cut, if you printed it out and you scanned it in and did direct cut, it would print and cut. I mean, you would have cut it out. So I think you would have a good time with that. With Canvas Workspace Online. The online edition should automatically be update itself. Oh, it's telling you to download one for, it's telling you there's something available for your desktop, Joanne. Look and see what version it is on the desktop. Hold on a second. And I'll look and tell you what the most current version is. Most current version is 2.6.1 of Canvas Workspace on the desktop. But that message that's popping up is telling you that they released something if you haven't already downloaded it. And I don't know when their last release was. It's been a while. Been quite a while. Okay. Yeah, the online version automatically updates itself. It's the desktop version that if you have it, you don't download the update that you need to. So it's telling you that there's an Artspira update, just so you know, also there on Canvas Workspace on the web version of it. Okay, guys. Print and cut is where you print something out and then you run it through your cutting machine and print it and cut it out. So in other cutting machine worlds, they have registration marks that print with it, and you print it directly from their program, and then you cut it directly out on the machine. The machine reads those registration marks. For Brother, we do have a plugin for Adobe Illustrator that is a cutting plugin. So if you design stuff for Adobe Illustrator, there is a plugin for that that does print those registration marks for you, but we do not have that in our basic Canvas workspace. um, I there is a Mac version of Canvas Workspace for the desktop, for their desktop. So there's for Canvas Workspace, that is you have any platform you want to work with. So you can work on your tablet. You can work because it uses the cloud-based version. You can work on a Mac. You can work on a PC. So on a Windows operating system. It allows you to do any of them. It's our embroidery programs that are different. It's possible that you brought a kit that was similar to that. Okay. Any other questions today, guys? If not, I am going to call it a day. Be sure and send in some questions for next week, especially since there's a holiday for next week. Okay. Be sure and send in some questions so that that gets things going a little bit faster. I don't have to think so hard, and I love it when I don't have to think so hard. I'm a terrible, terrible person. All right, guys. You all have a great rest of your day. Hold on just a second. I will put out coupon codes. My eye is itching, and it is definitely allergy season time in the South. Coupon code today for Lettering So Easy is LET4. For Digitizing So Easy version 10 is DIG10. So keep that in mind. If that's something that you've been waiting on to treat yourself for, go ahead and treat yourself. So, all right, guys. You all have a great rest of the weekend. You can send them to me via email, or you can comment in this basically on this program, basically in this feed, or you can message them to me via Facebook Messenger. Um, you can also email them to me, Cindy Hogan at cynthiasembroidery.com. So any of those methods will get them to me, and you can go on my website and say contact us and submit it there. If you can't remember my email address, and I spell Cindy with a Y, not an I. I'm not a I kind of girl. It's a CINDY. So, all right, guys, you all have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you next week. Bye bye.